I do have the third place curse, so it could be that I don't win in bracket if we have to play again. Okay, so I know not to, even if I win on Magician again, not to go back. Okay, so we got Vestido on the right, and we got Leonant on the left, and two players from Mexico battle it out for this final seed in the pool. I hope that's actually the case. I think the tiebreakers work out that way. I think also, just to wrap up my analysis, the last one, I mean, strength almost worked out because I was definitely down early. But I think if they had gone Moon, they would have had a better chance. I have no idea how to play Moon's pattern. I get murdered all the time. Just a tip if you're listening in and need to play me. I think that's one of the cool things about Magical Drop is that when you are close in skill to another player, the tier list doesn't really matter. It's like, which characters are you good and or bad at? So I'm good at all the quota race characters, and I'm pretty bad at all the high tiers, comparatively to like my skill level. Oh, okay, mixed up there on the inside. Vestido's still doing a good job clearing those big swatches of color. Oh, the question is this guy top tier? No, Magician is probably like, I would say more often than not you're going to play to quota, and I would define a top tier character as the ones where you aren't generally playing to quota. So long as both players kind of keep a good control of the pattern here, it's not super hard. He's probably like the higher end of mid tier. Or really like the most mid tier, and that's kind of why we start as him as well. Also the fact that he's the first tarot card. He's tarot card number 1, so he could be character number 1 for us. But your high tiers are going to be like your tower, your fortune, your strength, father strength, daughter strength, world, empress. Okay, Vestido Loli taking game 1. These players play a lot, so I have a feeling they're going to have a good idea of who they want to counterpick one another to. Or maybe not. Yeah, looking like Empress. Accidentally opened Illustrator on my computer. So Leonant taking the first round on his counterpick. I have updated the drop pattern. So you'll see for this character, all of the pressure is going to come down that one side of the board, and that gets real spooky real fast. But if you could keep that side clear, you can... Oh, no. One of the fatal mistakes, you saw it there, I do it from time to time, is thinking to yourself, okay, well if I put the ball, like the orb in the row where all of the trash is coming from, even just for a second, I should have enough time to rearrange my board to a better state. But that is rough, and it's really hard to actually stay alive. A lot of the times it gets you killed, so if you can, take the extra couple of moves and put it somewhere else. Oh, Vestido sending enough pressure that time that it pushes Leonant off on the side of the board that the pressure doesn't really come from. Meaning that Vestido must have done some long chains, and Leonant wasn't particularly paying attention to that side of the board. Red over, nice. Lean's gotta dig himself out here. Okay, nice. He's gotta clean up that other side of the board though. Okay, he does it. So he bought himself some time. No, he put it back in the same column. Oh, he had it. He was gonna lose on quota, but he had himself alive at least. Okay. Gonna need a big comeback here from Leonant. We're going to Chariot. Chariot, another one of the mid-tier characters. We're going to be playing a quota here, as opposed to trying to push each other off the board. Unless somebody makes a really fatal mistake, but I don't really anticipate that from these two. He's getting a big chunk of yellow with that ice. Still saving his break. Could have put it next to the ice to get a couple more, but that's okay. On Vestido's side, has some room to work with. Yeah, giving himself a few extra lines while he has the space. That's a smart idea. Oh, it's gonna be close here. Yeah, I think whichever one of those combos resolved first was going to win it. And yes, we always do play mirror matches. It lets it so if we didn't, everybody would just pick high tiers because there's no reason not to. They're just so much better. But because we always have to play mirror matches, you can pick to your strengths and you can counter pick your opponent's weaknesses, and it makes even like the worst characters of the game to a certain degree viable. Like Fool and Devil are absolutely horrendous, and in any other situation there'd be no reason to ever pick them. But I know there's a few players who actually enjoy them as counter picks, and have a strategy for them and have worked on it, and use them in tournaments. Okay, Leonant taking round 2 there. Okay. Vestido to Loli 1 round away from securing his spot in the final portion of our bracket. Vestido just needs to kind of close it out here. Has the bubbles he needs to win. Has the quota lead. Oh! Oh! And that's going to do it. Vestido to Loli taking it 3-0 over Leonant to secure their spot in the final bracket. So let's take a look at the matches here. Let me just